you guys think your government isn't wasting enough of your money? Well, don't worry, they got you covered. Exclusive. State Department prepares to announce worldwide racial equity chief. Leaked emails show. They could spend that money to actually help fix the economy a bit, but now let's just have another bloat position. So the State Department will announce a special representative for racial equity and injustice on June 17th in connection with the department's equity action plan. An email obtained by the Daily Caller reveals. The position of special representative, it definitely will be some very special people filling that role. It was first announced by the State Department, its April Equity Action Plan. The position's holder is not named, but the special representative will have wide-reaching powers since he or she will be responsible for... What about Z? Will be responsible for institutionalizing an enterprise-wide approach to integrating racial and ethnic equity. So basically, equality of outcomes, not opportunity. And as I keep telling you guys, you can't drag those at the bottom up to the top. The only way to achieve equity is to drag those at the top down. And eventually, who's going to be left paying for everyone else? Advancing equity, addressing systemic racism, and strengthening democracy worldwide. Oh, God. More American imperialism, here we come, as national security imperatives and core tenets of Brandon's foreign policy. Although the special representative will be responsible for promoting systems of inclusion that mitigate bias, discrimination, and violence, and fostering more inclusive societies. Oh, you mean like the far left Nazis that we're dealing with right now? Yeah, sure. The previous U.S. government efforts to promote inclusion and equity have failed. The federal government spent nearly $800 million promoting gender equality in Afghanistan, a project that failed due to traditional gender norms, according to Special Inspector General for Afghan Reconstruction. $800 million down the drain, along with the $80 million worth of supplies, huh? The special representative will also be placed in charge of countering disinformation and societal violence aimed at marginalized racial and ethnic communities. Yeah, I love how they have to have that caveat. Like, they're just going to ignore all the societal violence that Antifa and Burn, Loot, Murder and like that terrorist that tried to assassinate Brett Kavanaugh. They just ignore that. Ignore all the actual violent terrorists on the left. Let's keep manufacturing them on the right. Currently, efforts to combat disinformation are housed in the State Department's Ministry of Truth and primarily aimed at Russia. Yeah, the boogeyman. The State Department did not immediately respond to Derek Carr's request for comment on whether the special representative's purview be primarily domestic or international. You know it's domestic. They're all about thought control now. Brandon campaigned on racial equity, promising his administration would promote direct investment in minority communities through tax credits and venture capital. He has overturned several executive orders promulgated by the Orgeman administration on racial equity grounds. And how has that helped out minority communities? If you live in a minority community and you see things are getting worse, rest assured it's getting worse everywhere. This is equity. Everyone is going to suffer and starve equally. So Brandon signed an executive order on his first day in office requiring federal government to pursue a comprehensive approach for advancing equity for all. And the email describes the special representative position as part of that effort. Since then, he has ordered the federal government to engage in racially conscious hiring practices and require employees to participate in implicit and unconscious bias training. So brainwashing. Now, it's going to take like a decade. But just wait until the diversity hiring among airline engineers and pilots starts to show. Oh, we're in for some interesting times. The Brandon administration and elected Democrats have moved to make racial equity a key part of large portions of federal policy. New York Representative Horseface has argued that policies associated with the Green New Deal can be used to promote economic, social, and racial justice. Massachusetts Senator 1024th Native American Elizabeth Warren has pushed for the Federal Reserve to include fixing systemic racism and equity as part of its mandate. That's right. Keep wasting money. Keep throwing money away at bloat. And it's easy for the government. If you're the government, you know you could just steal more money from your population. And what, are they going to say no? Yeah, we're in for some fun for sure.